85% of people prefer text over email and phone calls because they want to engage in a conversation. All text messaging is not equal. Customers respond to people, not bots. Be more like people and start having conversations that end in conversions. Use Scipio.
Intro always reminds me of like a cowboy.
A cowboy?
Like a really modernized. Like I feel like I could hear.
I don't feel that at all.
like the Hateful Eight, like and it's like, but
sure.
Kind of a Knight's Tale-esque, like a little more contemporary cowboy.
I get it.
Type thing. Anyway, that's what it reminds me of.
What's new? How's your week?
Week's been good. Bought a trampoline for the kiddos,
which I can't believe. So first of all, in my view, neither of Scott's children are really old enough.
You mean 3 and 1?
Yeah, like Archie can barely stand.
Here's the thing. So both me and my wife grew up with trampolines.
Both me and my wife wanted a trampoline.
Well, no, this is how it happened. We were like not ready to get a trampoline. We're like, yeah, we'll get one in a couple of years. And then we go to our neighbor's house, and they had just bought one and put it in the ground.
And it was so much fun.
And like their kids were loving it, our kids were loving it, and I was like, oh man. And then it just like it cankered away. All of a sudden, it's like we're gonna have to get.
Could I say that I have no idea how much a trampoline costs?
I think it's one of those things that people. First off, there's a wide range of pricing, seemingly arbitrary.
So let's Price Is Right it.
Yeah.
$400?
I'd say that's pretty close.
What do you mean you'd say like you bought it?
Well,
I'd say that was close.
We got ours for $290.
Oh, okay.
On a like I think it was $380.
Yeah.
Like normally, but I knew a guy, right? I was no guy. But there are some that are like $1,000 that are anyway. But I'd say $200 to $400.
So are you going to put it in the ground?
So that's the other thing. Do you know how much it costs to put a trampoline in the ground? It's Price Is Right that.
$500? $600?
Way more.
1,000?
Several thousand.
What?
Yeah.
To dig a hole?
To dig a hole and to put a retaining wall is like $2,000 to $3,000. It's
really?
Crazy.
So you're not doing that?
Well, so that's the thing is when we first got the trampoline.
So that's the thing. GoFundMe.
GoFundMe. Please. We were like, all right, well, I guess we won't. But I know a guy. And so
that can do it on the cheap.
We can do it on the cheap. So I think that's going to be the next thing we do is put it in the ground. But it's like 15 feet. And 6 feet down. Anyway, it's the whole thing.
You have a big yard, though. You have a yard that would support a trampoline.
It's big enough, but...
And your kids are young enough that you have many, many trampoline years ahead of you.
That's true. Anyway, should we do a podcast?
Let's do a show.
You're a thief and a liar.
I only lied about being a thief.
Steal.
Lie.
We're gonna steal a ship.
Commandant, Lord Lieutenant.
An idea that is fully formed, fully understood, that sticks.
For someone like you to steal?
Ideas are bulletproof.
I'm gonna steal the Declaration of Independence.
Steal this idea.
Hello again, thieves.
We're back.
We are back. We're both wearing shorts.
It's summertime.
It is just about summertime. In Utah, all of June feels like summer. And so everyone's like, oh, it's summertime. Summer doesn't officially start till, I think, the 20th.
This is true. Yep.
And that's like one of those annoying things that I get onto people for. It's like, it's not technically summer yet.
Yeah.
They're like, shut up.
It's some people. Can you believe?
Can you believe the people?
You know what would be the perfect thing to have this summer?
Tell me.
A Nintendo Switch Lite.
Ooh.
You know, I actually know of a way you can get one.
You're telling me there's an easy way.
An easy way.
That you would have pretty good odds of winning a Nintendo Switch Lite?
Yes. You know where you can find out more information? www.gostealthisidea.com. Thieves, there are still 7 or so days left to win a Nintendo Switch Lite for your summer vacation. You can sit at the beach. You can play Animal Crossing. It would be so much fun. And all you have to do is share our podcast, subscribe, visit our YouTube page, share a tweet.
There's lots of things you can do.
There's a ton of different things.
If you if you refer it out and other people, you basically use your referral link, you get a bunch of entries for that.
You can enter every single day. There's a bunch that you can do all the time. Yeah. There's entries for some of the silly stuff that we talk about on the podcast all the time, like sharing us in your company Slack.
Yeah, and we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that more later. But yeah, we want ideas from you guys. We're going to start making that more and more part of the show. I think is listener ideas and then discussing them and breaking those down. So
exactly.
What a great transition, Andre.
What can I say?
And we have a great show, obviously, because we always do. I have the big idea, so you know it's going to be just gangbusters. Good idea. And we have a listener called in, left us a voicemail with their idea. We're going to go in pretty. Maybe you've bits of it. I haven't heard any of it.
Nope.
So we're both going in blind.
I played enough to hear that the audio was good enough to play it on the pod.
And there's no F-bombs or
Nope,
anything like that?
not that I recall.
So
There could be snuck in right at the end. Who knows?
But before we do that, I think all the thieves know it's time for a little good idea, a bad idea.
You want to go first?
I'll go first.
Let's do it.
So this one I saw on my way over here, actually, and I was like, wait a minute. This is really close to something we talked about.
Okay.
So this is boomboomnaturals.com.
Boom
Naturals.
Naturals.
So this is all natural nasal inhalers.
Oh.
And so this is breathe the cooling vapors, instantly feel more focused and refreshed.
What? I love this.
So the idea is you basically, almost like a chapstick, you take the top off and you
Give it a whiff.
give it a whiff. And yeah, it's like peppermint and spearmint and melon and all these kind of things. It's 100% all natural. It's convenient. Apparently it's effective. It's simple science, allegedly. I know I use something like this for allergies. Can't remember if it's called an Olbus or something like that. Anyway, but like if I am feeling stuffed up,
Yeah.
we have one of these at home that and it's kind of,
Like a Vicks kind of situation.
yeah,
It
smells,
just clears you out a little.
yeah, it kind of smells like a Ben Gay.
Yeah, exactly.
That type of thing. I thought it was like a pretty smart
Totally.
idea. I don't know if I love Boom Boom.
Boom Boom, horrible name. But totally would love if this was at like 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
I would buy these all the time. I'm buying one right now. So I will review on the podcast. Which reminds me, actually, that we do need to leave a little bit of time in this episode for a product review.
Oh, you said you had a good one.
Yes, a good one. A really, really good one.
Are you getting just the 1-pack or the 5-pack?
1-pack, which comes out to $7.95 plus $2.95 in shipping.
That is
I know.
a little bit of a
It
kick
sucks
to
when
the teeth.
shipping is like a third of the cost of the item. But I'm interested enough. Like I said, I was really into the smelling salts idea when I brought it to the podcast a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, so for the thieves who don't know, Andre brought an idea that was basically, why doesn't somebody modernize or really sexify smelling salts? And this isn't quite smelling salts, but it's definitely
it's
in
the
that
same
vein.
value prop of like sniff and refresh.
Sniff and like wake up, and sniff and like get in the zone or whatever.
So I'll try it and I'll let thieves know how it is.
I would say that, so this leans, I would say, into the, those like fun chapsticks that are like Dr. Pepper chapsticks and stuff. This seems more like that, where it's fun and cute and silly, which I think is a totally fine lane to be in. But I do think this is an idea you could totally steal and rebrand again as not medicinal, but more like this is for focus. This is for like just a little more mature. I think it would sell just as well.
Totally. I wonder how long it lasts. I'm not seeing any data.
The one that we have,
says
I feel like we've had it forever. It
Really?
just like keeps going.
just keeps going.
So like I'm sure one day it'll like I can't really smell it, but
I mean, I'm looking at the reviews. Like, I just wonder if this is like a...
Yeah, you don't use it all the time. Like,
Yeah.
maybe if it was, like, connected to your keychain, you might. But anyway, boom, boom.
Boom
Naturals.
Boom Naturals.
Maybe we'll send them an email and they'll send us some.
Love it. $8. I feel pretty good about that.
Yeah.
As far as dumb purchases I made on the podcast, which we will get to.
Which we will get to. What do you got for me, Andre?
So check this out, Scott. I think you're going to like this one. So it is... Go to chess2020.com.
Chess? Like...
Chess like the game, 2020 like the current year, .com.
Okay.
I saw an ad for this on the television.
Okay, so this looks like a battle for the White House, a custom chess piece where I would imagine the king is Donald Trump.
Mm-hmm. The queen is Mike Pence. Pawns are Republican elephants.
So
Bishops are Supreme Court justices.
Is Trump the king on both sides, or
No. So this is what I like
is it
the
Nancy
most about
Pelosi
it.
and
No. So the king on the Democrat side is a symbolic empty podium, which is to say we don't know who it will be, which is very odd to me. The queen is also a symbolic empty podium, which seems confusing.
What?
The pawns are donkeys. The bishops are justices. The knights are Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi. And the rooks are former President Barack Obama and former Vice President Joe Biden.
Interesting.
Which, isn't that kind of a weird situation to be in, where Joe Biden is not the king, but is the rook? It's very odd.
That is odd.
These chess sets come out to $40 plus $10 shipping and handling for the standard set, all the way to $100 and $10 of shipping and handling for the presidential set, which is just a more luxurious chessboard.
who will win the election in your home, Andre?
Isn't this a fascinating concept?
It is fascinating. You strike me as more of a chess guy, like that you appreciate chess.
I appreciate chess. I was in chess club.
That's
Chess Master Josh, if you're out there, thank you for teaching me chess.
I respect chess, but chess is one of those games that really frustrates me, where it just the amount of it's like a really hard Sudoku. There's a point where it's like this isn't fun anymore. It just like hurts my brain.
It's like too much thought.
Yeah, it's sometimes I feel like that with chess. Where I'm like in order for me to get really good at this, I just have to either just be blessed with a really great memory or be thinking really hard, and that's not as fun for me.
I don't love chess, but I can see the novelty of having. I mean, even not loving every character on both sides of the board.
Totally.
I can see the novelty of having a chess set made of political figures of the era.
I think if I lived in DC, where the politicization.
This is a great gift for the
Yeah.
politically minded person in your life.
Yeah. It's a funny conversation starter. I will say that the only thing I would change about this is everything is really stark red and blue, like almost too much. I get why they have to do it that way, but I would actually lean less into that.
It's not pleasing to the eye.
No.
It's like a very gaudy looking chess set at the end of the day.
Whereas I think you could get the same effect and just basically have red and blue.
Turn down the saturation
Turn
a little.
it down a little bit, and maybe just do red and blue around the outside.
And then black and white in the middle.
Because then you actually could keep it out, and maybe somebody would just see like, oh, it's a chess. Like, oh, what is that? And then it's, whereas like you see that, like, what is that? Like, you got to be the right type of person to just keep that out.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Chess2020.com. Overall, I mean, it could not possibly be said that it's a bad idea. A good gift for the chess lover / politically minded person.
Not for me.
You want to do one more of mine, or do you want to move on?
Let's move on because of your product review. I want to make time.
You want to do it right now?
Yes, let's do your product review right now.
So a long time ago, for thieves that have been around for a long time, you may remember in the early days of the podcast, there was an idea that Brian Schreiner, who I hope still listens, hey Brian, if you're out there, brought to the pod, which was, what if there was a toothbrush that did all your teeth at the same time?
Oh, I need to hear this.
Right? So I had said to Brian, I was like, that actually already exists. There are products out there that can brush all your teeth at the same time. So many months ago, I think it was January, I ordered one. And it's called, like, I would tell you the brand name, but it's irrelevant. It's like proteethdental.com or something. Sure. And it looked really nice.
Was it a Kickstarter or was it a lot like it?
No, they had it. Like, I could buy it then, which is important to the story because I bought it in January. And and I had been emailing this company for months saying, give me my money back. This is crazy. What is going on? Because it never came.
That's 6 months. That's
right.
crazy.
It had been months to the point, and I mean, like, I probably just should have charged them back on my credit card, but I just never got to it. I think it was $60. So expensive. Sure. Right. Then finally, one day, it just randomly showed up, and I couldn't believe it.
Did they give you a little thank you, like, sorry?
No, nothing. I mean, they had stopped replying to emails months ago. The last email I got was, like, in March, and it was like, we think it's going to be delayed because of coronavirus. Sorry. Anyway, so it finally came, and I was shocked, actually, by the quality, because it came in, like, kind of an iPhone box.
Oh,
so a really nice box, like, where I expected it to be, like, several plastic pieces, like, loosely assembled. The thing is garbage.
Really?
So, I mean, when you get down to it, the concept just doesn't play out, which is like, so it vibrates in your mouth, but it doesn't create enough vibration motion to clean your teeth.
It's more like just biting down on something that's
vibrating.
That's vibrating.
Yeah, and also the toothpaste mechanism, you're using like a ton of toothpaste.
I guess I didn't think about that.
Yeah, and it doesn't foam properly because it's not moving enough.
Because you're not like getting that full range.
Yeah, so it looks really nice on the counter. I will say it's an attractive device for sure, but it does not clean your teeth.
Do you feel like there is a version that is there a way to do it that this one just missed the mark?
I think that the only way that it could really work and feel like it was cleaning your teeth is if you could create it so that the bristles rotated or something.
Oh, so kind of like, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then probably also you need to come up with a innovative toothpaste mechanism.
Yeah.
Because regular old toothpaste just does not really work.
I guess you could do like dots maybe.
Well, that's basically what I do, but it just doesn't.
Yeah.
Like, you're still using a ton of toothpaste if you do that.
Yeah.
Right? Like, if you put 4 dots in the tray and then bite down, you'll have enough toothpaste, but you're using 7 times as much as you usually would.
That's true.
So it's a no for me, but
That's
I
too
have
bad.
tried it. Thieves, the product does not exist. You can go online and you can find them, but I cannot recommend one.
Yeah, that's too bad because I'm somebody who I hate brushing my teeth. It's
I'll
like,
post a picture on
it's
Twitter.
such a chore for me for whatever reason. And
Yeah, and I thought it would be really nice because you pop it right in your mouth,
the thought of just like 10 seconds, like
and you can bite down on it.
right.
Theoretically, it would be a hands-free toothbrush.
I will say this: I've been using my toiletries in the shower.
Mm-hmm.
I never used to brush my teeth in the shower ever. It was
Yeah.
just like not something I did. But the
No, you
toiletries
don't.
makes it really easy. I put the toothpaste and I brush every morning, and it's a great brush. And it's now a habit now, and it's
Snaps for toiletries.
yeah, snaps for toiletries.
We love
man.
that.
That is a good idea. Anyway,
So there's a good idea and a bad idea in our good idea and our bad idea segment.
there we go. Now it's time for the big idea. You ready for this idea, Andre?
Yes. Should I enter the theater of the mind, or is it not that kind of situation?
Well, let me pose a question to you here, and let
Love
me
it.
know if this resonates, if
Yeah.
this strikes a chord. Let's say throughout your life, have you had this kind of feeling where you're like, I don't have as many skills or hobbies as maybe I'd like, and I would love it if I could just pick up some new thing
Yeah.
and just add it to my I know how to do this
Yeah. I feel this all the time.
constantly. Right?
Definitely.
And similarly, or the extension of that is often not following through on that as well as you'd like.
Following through on the desire to learn more things.
It's like, man, I'd love to do this, but at the end of the day, you still
Yeah.
haven't done those things, right? So I think about this where I'm in the same boat. I often be like, I wish I knew how to do X, Y, and Z, but
Yeah.
and so I started thinking about what's stopping me from doing it?
I would hop in that my example, and I don't know if this helps your product or
Sure.
hurts it, but me and my partner have been talking about taking a woodworking class
Perfect.
for the entire time we've been together. And it probably comes up, honestly, once a quarter. We're like, we got to get on that woodworking class.
Yeah.
We both want to learn it. We both think it would be a cool skill,
Yeah.
but it just never materializes.
So, definitely great in a very similar vein. So I started thinking about it, and this idea started to form, and I think it's actually a pretty good idea.
I would hope so,
It's a great idea.
because we generally pitch good ideas.
I mean, I think if you put a lot of thought into this, there's a right way to do it, where I think a lot of people would really buy into this. So, what if, Andre, you went to skillpost.com, and the idea is really similar to Bespoke Post, where you are kind of a little bit picking a couple things you want every month. Every month or every quarter, you kind of choose the time frame. A boxed skill gets shipped to your house. So let's say you want to learn the ukulele. Let's say you want to learn how to whittle some wood. Let's say you want to learn how to do watercolors. Right? The problem with a lot of these skills, knitting or whatever, is the barrier to entry is just enough.
Yeah.
Because there's lots of different ways to do these things. I don't know if I'm getting the right tools, especially for a beginner. I don't have an instructor. If I go to YouTube, there's 10,000 videos. I have no way of knowing the quality of each of those videos, right? So if I'm like, I want to do this, there's just enough of an obstacle where it's like, it's too much work, right? So imagine this. Take the concept of masterclass, which I think is a really interesting concept.
Yeah.
I think you might think that masterclass works because it's celebrities. It's definitely why it is popular, but masterclass I think works just as much, if not more, because they're clear and concise. Like, this is how you do this thing, right? It's a high quality production, and people are drawn to that, right? So what Skill Post is I say I want to learn the harmonica. Now you may not know this, but if to learn a song on the harmonica, there's different types of harmonicas, right? So you get this box, and it's a harmonica. It says, hey, you're going to learn this song, and here is a link to basically unlock a master class. And it's not from maybe a totally famous musician, but it's somebody who knows how to play, and they've been contracted to do this, and they give you basically how to do it within 30 days, how to pace yourself, these are the checkpoints, right? And that's the basic package, right? Is like, I get this, and then if I want every month, I want a new thing, and I just learned kind of the basic level, I get a new thing every month. Or if it's like a quarterly thing, it's like, maybe I'm not ready to commit to that. Yeah, I just get the thing every quarter, and it's like a nice surprise. It's like, oh, that's right. Ukulele, great. I get a little ukulele, I play a couple songs. And then, of course, if you are interested in this thing,
Yeah.
it provides you with lots of resources of where to buy it, where to take lessons, the follow-up courses, that kind of stuff, right? So for the company, you're making money in a few ways, right? So one is just that it's a subscription service to some degree. But two, you are curating hot leads for lots of different industries, right? And so that's going to be really valuable to them. In fact, they would probably at least partially foot some of the bill to get harmonicas and ukuleles and paint sets and certain materials in the hands of people. The premium package, which I think is an interesting concept, is there's only so many skills that one would learn in this. And to have basically an expert in each field, if I pay X amount more a month, I now get an hour a month of like a tutor. So I can basically hop on a Zoom and they can be like, hey, so a good example of this is my brother showed me this video of a guy who makes really authentic pizzas. He's like, here's how you do it in your oven. Like you don't need a professional thing. And you need a couple things that you're like, oh, I didn't know I needed this cornstarch or this cornmeal or whatever. And even after he's watching, he's like, I feel like I'm doing something wrong part of the time. I don't know what. So to be able to be like, hey, watch me through my process. And he's like, oh, that's the problem. You're not doing this one part right. That'll fix it, right? So you have a nice little upsell package there where you can get in touch with basically a professional to actually coach you through maybe that first hump you're getting. So that's Skillpost.
I wonder what brand of scam science is it that before every good idea Scott brings to the podcast, he's like, this is one of the bad ones, so can you just go easy on me? Scott does this every single freaking episode. And then it's like, what are you talking about? That's an amazing idea.
It is scam science.
That's scam. That's called scamming your co-host, and it's not nice to do. I think this is a great idea, and I think that I can give you 100 million reasons why.
0.
This is what I like to do as like the co-host, which is, okay, Scott thinks this is a great idea. Now let's bring my own take of like why that is. First of all, as somebody that's like attempted to learn a billion things, I think what's interesting about it, so there's like a million websites. There's Pluralsight and Skillshare and Masterclass and YouTube and 100 different things. And what I find is in common in all of them is just that you have so little, like, you have a huge amount of choice. I can learn literally anything on any of those sites. Hundreds and hundreds of different skills.
Yes.
And the quality is differing. Like, I can learn the same skill on a lot of them with differing quality. And at the end of the day, it's like $9.99 a month. So if I learn nothing at all, who cares? Right. What I love about Skillpost is for whatever cost a quarter, you're going to give me a little skin in the game by like sending me a ukulele or a watercolor set. And it's like, yeah, I gotta get some use out of this. Like, this is now in my house. This is part of my life.
Yeah.
And I think also what I think is a big untapped market here where you could build a business on its own is getting these skill kind of classes to people that aren't on the internet, right? So for example, I look at my parents. My parents aren't going to sit and like go on Skillshare or whatever, or Coursera or all these edu things.
So they get a DVD is what you're saying.
Well, I mean, or just like they're going to be more receptive. My mom's listening to this. I'm sure she's like, I would go on Coursera or whatever.
I know how to use the internet.
But, or my grandparents are just like, who maybe would take up a skill like watercolor, but aren't going to do it online. Like they just, that whole concept doesn't resonate with them. But getting like a box in the mail with a book and a card and like maybe a video to play to go online.
Well, it's what Blue Apron and HelloFresh, what makes those
different than just being a recipe app
is like here are pictures all along the way and like you're gonna do this step and this is what it's gonna look like that makes the cooking process 1,000 times
and they've revolutionized learning to cook because they said it's actually not enough to just send people recipe cards. right and I think when I look at skills like watercolor and like musical instruments like the ukulele or the harmonica.
It definitely leans into artistic stuff. Like it's the easiest stuff. And some instruments. Crocheting, things like that.
Exactly. And I think there are people far craftier and with far more skills than I that are thinking of other things that could go beautifully in a box that goes out once quarterly. And because I love Bespoke Post, and Bespoke Post is this generally men's geared service. Where every month they curate like 10 different boxes, and there's like a knife box and a cocktail box and an outdoor camping box, and everything in every box is great. But going through the process of selecting the box is like one of the best things I do each month.
Interesting.
Similarly, like going through the course catalog for the quarter,
Yeah.
and I like that it would be quarterly because monthly is far too frequent, right? Right.
Like I think if you're that guy, sure, maybe you have the option, but I think generally
quarterly, I think makes sense, or
Yeah.
bi-yearly, or twice a year or something.
Yeah.
Going through and saying like, oh, like and you can picture the product photo, and it's everything laid out.
Yep.
You can see the smock and the watercolors and the canvases and
Totally.
all the different things in the book and the brilliant person that's going to teach you. I just think like that's so much more compelling to me than let me sell you a class, a video online. You know what I mean? And go
Totally.
buy your own stuff.
And I think that is honestly where there's a big disconnect of like you gotta put a lot of faith. If I'm making a video like this is how you do this thing, it's like, oh, have you picked up this stuff yet? It's like no. You know?
Well, and then it's like, or they maybe they make recommendations, but then you get 3 videos in and you're like, actually, I'm just not really gelling with this.
Right.
Where it's like and we've talked about this a lot on the podcast, is one of the goals of a business like this is you do such a good job nailing the content that people are like, yep, this is an authoritative source.
Yes.
This is good content. This is a good class.
And that to me is a big. That's why I bring up masterclass, which is that the reason that has survived.
Yep.
Is
It's because it's not like all these other class websites that
Right.
are kind of just so variable in quality. Masterclass is one consistent experience.
Right, and it's good. It's so clearly high quality and so clearly like well done. And even masterclass, I would say, has room for improvement of like making it a little more. And some of them are like, off in the weeds a little bit. But generally, like people are drawn to that, right? And I really like the idea of most of these things should be things that you're like, I don't know how to cross stitch. I'd like to learn. I think that would be, there's something fun about that, or learn calligraphy, right?
Yeah.
You need the right pen, you need the right paper, and we're gonna do your name, right? And then like after that, having a way to be like, I actually really enjoyed calligraphy.
Now let's sell you some pens.
Yeah.
Right?
Now
Exactly.
let's sell you some pens. Let's say like if
Sell you another class.
if you want the actual, this next class is $100,
Yeah.
and it's a huge course load, right? But you're bought into the ecosystem now.
Yeah, and I think what would be great is just, if what's it called?
Skill post.
Skill Post focused on easy, achievable goals like that. So it's not like, okay, in a quarter, this box is going to make you into a master harmonica player.
No, it's
But
like you're going to
but
learn a song.
You're
going to
learn a song, and that will be enough. And the skill investment and the cost investment is enough to justify trying something new.
Yes.
And getting good enough to know if you're interested.
Yes.
And then we're going to see if there's $100 class that we can sell you that's way better.
Yes.
And that covers more. Because it's not realistic to say we're going to send you a box every quarter, and by the end you're going to be an expert harmonica player. But it is realistic to say, we're going to send you a box.
And
it's going to include just enough to learn a couple of basic songs on the harmonica to impress your friends around a campfire, right?
100%.
Same with watercolor. It's like we're going to learn landscape watercolor.
Right. You're going to learn how to make a little portrait of your family with no.
Yep. And then if you love it, it's 25% off.
Yeah.
Our catalog of, So I think what the model is you take like masterclass, you add a box, and you take out the celebrity. Because what I think is important is that it's one consistent learning experience across many different types of learning, so that you're not in the like Skillshare world where some things are high quality and some things are low quality.
It's not just YouTube, right? Where you're just like, I'm trying to find, and there are some.
I hope the one that comes up when I search watercolor is the best one. And
right,
you
which
don't know.
which you don't know. Yeah, and so I think if you add that content in, so that's Skill Post.
Holes is, I think you got to nail the price point. It's hard to say what the right price for something like this is.
In my mind, it was $40 a month.
Yeah, I think that.
But there's some variance there.
Yeah.
I think you could do a tier where there's easier ones that are like cheap and it's clearly like charcoal. It's like that's not expensive,
Right.
And then maybe there's an upper. So I think you could play around with that. And then there's capital to get the stuff.
Yeah.
But I think you could start with a couple things. You get a couple experts in house, and you could
See where
really
it goes.
you could build out your catalog pretty well. I think.
I agree. Skill Post.
Skill Post.
That's a good one.
Thieves, let us know what you think.
Twitter poll, maybe.
Yeah.
I always want a Twitter poll. I'm obsessed.
I did the last
can't
Twitter
help
poll.
it.
I didn't get as much engagement as I'd like, but I will keep doing Twitter
Yes.
polls.
I mean, they cost nothing to post.
That's
so
true.
do them just to make me happy.
Let's move on to the final segment here, which is going to be listening from our listeners. Our audio engineer is still learning the ropes.
We're gonna have them just play the whole thing again. So bring the volume up.
Listening with the listeners. How do you feel about that? Listening from the listeners?
I think we can workshop it outside of the pod.
Okay, so we have... Oh, for the thieves who don't know, if you weren't listening to this last episode or two, we now have a voicemail that you can call and leave us a message.
The number is 888-416-4332. The number is 888-416-IDEA. Give us a call. It's really easy. You call right in, you get a little message from me, and then you leave your message after the beep. It's so easy.
You're not calling our cell phones. We're not going to pick up and grill you.
It's really easy.
It just goes to a voicemail.
Yeah, it's very
there's lots of people who they've told me, like, I have a good idea. I don't really want to write an email though because it's like a big long thing. So if it's easier for you to be like, all right, here's my idea, and they can just kind of vomit and we'll listen to it, like we're about to with this gentleman, right? It's a gentleman.
I think it's a lady. The one I'm actually going to play.
Okay, this lady.
We're going to give it a listen.
Give it a listen here.
Hello, I am Ana Paula. I'm actually from Guadalajara, Mexico. And I want to share this idea that started because I have a 5-year-old niece. And this quarantine really has not been easy at all for her. Because of that, my mom and I wanted to organize a fun afternoon, with different activities without actually having to expose her, going out. And we thought it was going to be really easy to do. And then we started planning. It was so exhausting because there are tons of stores or restaurants that don't have web pages or Instagram, so you do have to ask a bunch of friends where to get stuff like we want a water trampoline or a cook-at-home pizza kit or donut kit, for her to do, or different activities like watercolors and stuff. So in that moment, we really would have loved a web page or an app in which you could find a bunch of options that would just make it way easier. This idea is this platform that would first ask you the age of the kid, if it's a boy or a girl, if there's been a specific theme for it, like camp or water toys, and then the day you want it for, obviously the budget. And then it would show different toys, like this water trampolines I was saying, and the food you can order, kits of, activities or games that come with tutorials and materials. So you don't have to go all over the city getting this different stuff for this afternoon. Even a Spotify playlist for the whole experience that would be obviously within your budget and the preferences that you say you have. So you pay and then things get shipped home just in time. And yeah, that's the idea. It would have made our lives way easier. I don't know about you guys. You'll judge this. And yeah, I don't know. My niece is excited about it. So yeah, all right, that's it. Saludos.
You remember her name? I didn't catch it.
Ana Paula.
Ana Paula.
Close enough.
Well, let's get it right.
Ana Paula.
Ana Paula. Ana Paula from Guadalajara.
Yeah. Love it.
That was great.
So basically, the idea pitched is an activity service where you give them information about your kid, and then they ship you. You can pick basically like full activity kits,
right,
all together.
Which I know.
A pizza making kit, a water trampoline kit, an X kit.
Yeah, I know from planning some sales events and stuff. They have some stuff like this. It's more just like rental. They have like rental companies where you can rent a big bounce house and you can rent Zorb balls and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So this is definitely
in that vein.
I
like the idea of I'm always into buying things all together. I've been pretty public about that on the podcast.
So you're saying not rent it, but buy it?
Yeah. I tell them information about the kid, and then they have activity kits that are everything all in one.
Yeah.
Like a pizza making kit. They ship it right to your door. Kind of into that.
Yeah, I think I would, because I think she would run into the same problem in a quarantine, which is just like if it's a rental service, sorry, all the people who have rented it, they've rented it. Like you'll run into the same issue, which is just it's hard to track that stuff down. But if you scale it down a little bit, and it's things like pizza making studio or a kit where it's like a mister that you can add to something and basically make your own slip and slide with like a tarp and something like that.
That's perfect.
And yeah, it's like a way to escape the heat. And yeah, did you mention like a Spotify playlist? Like you have like a whole thing.
A whole thing. the whole experience.
I think you could even simplify the like profile a little bit of just like basically like what's the age range?
Yeah.
You know, the activities for toddlers, activities for young kids, activities for like you know,
just take some of the work out of trying to think up those things on your own. You know?
Because most of that stuff's gonna be pretty not gender specific. Yeah, it's just like if you're 5, you like something that a 6-year-old will like, whether you're a girl or boy. So that's I think how I would do it is I would come up with these kits and build them and like basically build 100 of them.
Yeah.
And get a couple dozen, and then make a little landing page where in a situation like this, or even just I think as somebody with,
this works outside of quarantine.
Yeah,
too.
as somebody with kids, where you're like always looking for stuff to do, man. You're like, man, if
that's why you got that trampoline.
That's why we got that trampoline,
Right.
man.
Worst case, we just throw them out there.
Well, it's funny because like it's one more place you can take them.
Yeah.
That's somewhat different and unique because like kids are just they need variety.
Right.
And so having something that's like it might be one-time use or you know you're going to use it a handful of times and it's $20, $30, $40. I think it's a good idea.
I think so too. Thanks for calling in. Thieves, if you have other ideas, please give us a call. We want to hear your ideas. We want to critique them. We want to tell you how awesome they are. Give us a call, 888-416-4332. Again, that's 888-416-IDEA.
Are we going to do one more or are we going to wrap it up?
What do you think? Our producer says wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
He's giving us the shake his head. Oh, Diego. You're a gem.
Not yet.
I mean, we got to like say goodbye. We're not just like wrap it up.
Okay. I think awesome ideas. We had a great big idea.
Diego, our producer, is giving us the wrap it up signal.
Wrap it up. So we're going to wrap it up. I want to give one quick shout out. We had a listener, like a new listener, who found us on Stitcher, and he chatted in, and it was just like a really lovely.
Oh, I loved this. This brought me almost to tears.
I know. I was like, whoa. Hold on. Where freaking was that?
Before the podcast, Scott and I were talking. We were saying we were going to really get our shout outs on lock.
Oh, gosh.
And here we are.
Okay. So this is Keegan Reed.
Keegan, thank you so much.
Keegan lives in Texas, and Keegan, so he just randomly hit us up on Instagram. He said, hey, started listening a few weeks ago. He's really picky when it comes to podcasts, especially when he's not running into Texas heat, and this is good. So he loves the podcast so far. He says he's only caught up through the VIB, and he spent 30 minutes yelling through his AirPods, it should be VIP. VIP.
And what I want to say to Keegan is just like there's so many good episodes in his future.
Oh, he has
because
no
the
idea.
podcast improves dramatically post VIB.
I gave us some feedback. He said the Facebook page was a little bit lacking.
Which we can do better on.
Which we are
Diego, our
committed
producer.
to do better. And we're going to send him some stickers.
Yeah, hit me up. I'll send him some stuff.
Yeah.
So
definitely need to send him a sticker.
Keegan, we really appreciate you reaching out.
Yeah, that was awesome.
He became a Patreon supporter as well.
Love it.
So
how many entries in the contest is that for the Switch?
I think that's 3.
3.
Yeah.
Which is pretty good.
He's got good odds now of winning that Switch.
Mm-hmm. I would also say a couple of like quick media rundowns. Check out our website, gostillthisidea.com, where you can find all of our socials, including our somewhat inactive Facebook page, our Twitter, where you can vote on polls related to this episode. We really want to see you on Twitter, Instagram, @GoStealThisIdea. You can find us basically everywhere, @GoStealThisIdea. Send us an email, idea@gostillthisidea.com.
Or call in, leave us a voicemail.
Yep,
Give
please
us some
do.
feedback. We want to hear from you guys.
Support us on Patreon if you really love us.
And give us a review and share us organically. This is going to be the last week to do the contest to the Nintendo
So
Switch
get
Lite.
your votes in.
So if you haven't done it, you've been sitting on it, now's the week. So next episode, we will be picking the winner on the episode live.
Another quick shout out is that this podcast is on video.
That's right.
You can see our lovely faces. You can see Scott and I side-eyeing each other throughout the podcast.
Flipping the bird.
Because Scott's kind of grouchy at me today. I don't know why. Check out our YouTube channel where you can see the video recap of this episode and some of our favorite highlights and clips.
Yeah, all the big ideas from the last 40 or 50 episodes are all in there.
Are all on YouTube. Plus now, the last 2 episodes are both up on YouTube with video.
Booyah. Thieves, that's going to wrap it up for this episode. We love you. We appreciate you. And we will catch you in the next one.
Bye.
Use Scipio, the #1 engagement tool for sales teams that want more responses, appointments, and conversations. Message your leads and customers where they are on their phone. I'm not talking about phone calls. We're talking about true one-to-one texting. Use the code STEAL at Scipio.com for 2 free licenses. Use the code STEAL at Scipio.com for 2 free licenses. See you later, thieves.